And now it is time to go back to Batman and Superman. Granted, this isn't news. This is just my opinion on something that I've been thinking about. You know, of all the things to ponder about this film, like who's playing Batman, what's going on, will this be the start of a DC film universe? No, that's not the question I've been thinking about. What I'm pondering is, what will Batman look like? Yeah, of all the things to think about, that's the one that's going through my head. But you know what? That's a good question. I'm curious in seeing what they do with Batman's costume, because I think this is an opportunity to do something different. Now, we've all known Batman to wear this body armor throughout his film history. It was like that in Burton's Batman. It was like that in Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. Granted, there is a difference between the two outfits, where one is supposed to be very, I think, symbolic and, I think, different. The Batsuit in the Nolan trilogy is supposed to be more realistic. The point being is that Batman in these films wears body armor. But we all know that's not what his normal look is. His normal look is a cape, a cowl, and just some usually blue and gray tights or black and gray tights. That's what we know it to be. Now, obviously, over the years, it's not that simple, as there is body armor to it. You can see that in the comics these days. I think you can see it in Arkham City and all that. But it makes me wonder, can we go to the classic look of Batman? Can we use that, and can it actually work in a movie? My answer is yes. A great example of this is going to Bat in the Sun, which does the superhero beatdowns, and they have 2 fan films on their YouTube page on Batman. It's Seeds of Arkham, which I just watched yesterday, and I think City of Scars. And his look in that is the classic look of Batman, but it looks like an outfit that could really work in the real world, or a pseudo-real world, which is what I'm hoping that the DC Universe, or Warner Bros. And DC, decide to go with. I think they can bring that suit to life. And those films prove that. And I would highly recommend watching them. I will leave a link to both of them down below if you need to see them. If you haven't seen them. Or both. Anyways. So yeah, I think you can do the classic look of Batman, and you can make it look like something that would make sense. That would work in a movie. You know, another good example is looking at both Captain America and Spider-Man. Now, this is a big worry for Captain America, is that, hey, how are you going to do him in a film? How are you going to make him not look silly? Well, I think both the first Avenger and the Avengers prove you can have Captain America's outfit in a movie, because both of his outfits in those films look fantastic. I was really worried about the Avengers one, but when I saw it come out, when I saw Chris Evans dressed in the outfit, it looked right. It looked sleek. It stood out to me. It was great. And the same thing applies for Spider-Man's outfit in The Amazing Spider-Man. And, you know, actually I'll add Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy as well. But I'm going to center more around The Amazing Spider-Man in this case. I think they made that suit in a way, and they gave the details where it would work in that world, and it would work as a movie. And though it's something that normal people wouldn't wear, and even though, you know, Spider-Man makes a joke about wearing, you know, leotards, you know, wearing the spandex, it still works. It looks great. And I think the same thing applies to the Raimi Spider-Man costume. Also applies, so don't worry. Anyways, so yeah, I think you can take Batman's classic look and make it into a movie version. I think you actually can pull it off. I think it's time to pull it off, because we've seen that body armor look for so long. I think it's time for Batman to get a different look to him. And I don't think people will be bothered by it so much, because it's Batman. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Batman needs a new look? Do you think the classic look would work in a film? Well, feel free to comment on it. Anyways, that concludes this edition of Something Cinematic. Thank you all for listening. As always, feel free to comment and subscribe to not only my channel, but to Manic Expression's video channel. We do need the support right now, and we would gratefully like your help. Anyways, this has been Something Cinematic News for moviegoers, by moviegoers.